representing Trifecta. Four-time
We are
Olympian
back,
Jay
and it is
Cutler.
time to find out
Who's fifth, actually?
who's fifth.
Who is fifth place? Well,
We're going to be wondering who was sixth, and for that matter.
Yeah.
We were talking about Akeem being sixth, but we won't know until we look at the scorecards.
Jay, please
But
say
you had called initially that William Bonek was
the
probably
fifth
going to be in
place
fifth.
award, the check
Correct?
for $40,000
I said
to our fifth
yes,
place
fifth,
finisher,
fifth.
Yeah, I think we're in agreement with that. That wouldn't be a bad call.
the Conqueror William.
William the
Bonek.
Conqueror.
You are correct.
William. I was a judge, an IFBB judge.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. You have a little bit more experience in that. And William Bonek, there wasn't a whole lot that he could have done with the lineup ahead of him in terms of what we have as our top four finalists. And, of course, the big question mark, again, is whether or not Brandon Curry's got enough to battle out with Big Ramy. And did Phil do enough to come back to impress the judges to recapture that title?
And I still want to know where Hottie is.
I think I've steadily had Hottie throughout the show in fourth place.
Okay.
That's where I've had. Once we saw him overcome William,
I
I've
felt
got
the
him.
same way.
Yeah.
But I tell you, what the surprise from prejudging on was Big Ramy.
yeah.
Putting everything
Well,
together.
Yeah.
I think amongst those guys, I got Hottie in
The
fourth
fourth
place.
place award, the check for $45,000, and presented to Hottie Chupan.
Okay, guys.
All right.
We were right on that.
Well, I did go to school, Rick. I did go to college. I didn't graduate, but I got a PhD in bodybuilding.
You definitely did.
And I had my LASIK eye surgery, and I'm now wearing reading glasses, so I can see a little bit. But Hottie did everything he could against what he was up against.
This was a really tough show, and he got third last year. He got the People's Champion Award.
Yeah. He came in at the last minute both years.
Yes.
Can you imagine if that guy was here a month before the Olympia, what he could potentially look like?
Absolutely.
So he dropped a place, but he still looks phenomenal.
Change that physique.
Well, wait a minute. We are on the top three, Tim. I know you're a rookie. Top three? Who you got? Who's in third?
I
Drop a name.
had Brandon in third, but I'm going to see where it's going to be.
Please take
I
the
got
third
Phil in
place
third. How about you?
Olympia bronze medal.
I think he just
the
got
check
a little bit
for
of ground to make up.
$100,000 to your third place finisher,
Let's listen to the crowd.
Phil Heath.
Gentlemen.
And that shoe just dropped. Phil, 7-time Mr. Olympia. 2-time first Olympia runner-up. On the comeback after a 2-year layoff, comes back and he remains a top 3 bodybuilder on the planet Earth. And that is some kind of accomplishment, considering what he got to go.
After 2 years layoff,
Yeah,
coming back.
2 stomach surgeries. He was pretty confident, Tim, coming into this contest. What do you think he's thinking now?
You have to consider, should I have come back? What should I have done different? Or do I come back next year and prove that I am Phil Heath and that I had those first 7 Olympias for a good reason?
Well, he did enough to be in the top 3, and he was in the conversation to win this contest.
Yes.
In light of all of those, the layoff and the surgeries, and so that leaves us with 2.
Well, you know where my pick is.
Well, you know where my pick is.
I
Big
had
Rich.
Ramy from the beginning.
Yes, you did.
First place award.
Our defending champion, Brandon Curry, has done everything he can, but I have to agree with you. I think Ramy might have just come in better condition.
And I can't wait to hear the crowd. I can't wait to hear the reaction.
Do you think he did enough?
I most certainly do.
Big Ramy.
Big Ramy. And I think the crowd is going to go ballistic.
Well, let's see.
And Big Steve Weinberger.
This is a $400,000 check coming out for the winner.
Tyler Mannion, the man holding the Sandow. In an Olympia tradition, folks, if I can have our final 2 competitors in the center, please. Big Ramy and Brandon Curry.
All right.
Here you go.
Brandon, center stage.
Brandon did get to beat Phil. Now, will he retain that title? Will Brandon retain his title?
There it is. Tyler Mannion, Jake Wood, Dan Solomon. The $400,000 check.
The next name
Gold
you
medal
hear
and the title of Mr. Olympia for 2020.
will be your 2020 Olympia champion.
This is the moment, Rich. We've been there. We've been there before,
I've been there, yeah, 3 times.
Yeah, I've been there twice. I know what it feels like. It's Lee Labrada said it felt like you were either going to fly or it was a free fall.
Yeah.
Ramy's legs, huh?
Oh my
Shoulders,
God.
chest.
Shoulders,
Please take
chest.
the first place Olympia gold medal. The first place check for $400,000. And the title of 2020 Mr. Olympia to our winner.
Let's see their face.
And new Olympia champion,
Big Ramy.
Big Ramy.
He did it. The Egyptian, with the help of Dennis James, pulled off the unthinkable, coming off of a 3rd place this March to win the title of the 16th Mr. Olympia in its 56-year history.
Wow.
That is a happy man right there. A very, very happy
He
man.
pulled it together. He showed that he was the champion from hitting the poses first, going out of them last. The improvements he made. I talked to Dennis James. He lost about 15 pounds.
We have a new king in town, Big Ramy El-Baye. And Tim, this guy's going to wear that crown
Until he's done.
Yes. There's going to be a hard struggle for these guys, Rich, to come and battle with what the
As
standard
long as
is.
he comes in condition.
We talk a lot about the standard. That's the new size and the new conditioning.
Well, in defeat, I got to recognize Brandon Curry, who was a great champion, wore that crown like a champion, was in defeat like a champion, and I'm sure Brandon Curry still got gas in the tank. He'll be back. But right now, this night belongs to Big Ramy. El-Baye is Dan Solomon, the producer of the Mr. Olympia. The promoter puts the gold medal around. Jake Wood has a new champion to put on display for the rest of the world to see.
I think we're about to see some great emotion from our new Olympia.
Phil Heath, gracious in defeat, talking to the champ.
Brandon Curry.
And there's going to be some happy people dancing in the streets of Egypt this weekend.
For sure.
Tyler Mannion up there with the champion's hand, flanked by Jake Wood. And Big Ramy. No surprise to the Dennis James camp.
Well deserving.
This is a great first Olympia for Jake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all things
All right,
considered,
thank you,
this
presenters.
show could not have had a or not booing for. Sometimes the champion was booed. This is a guy that won the People's Champion Award along with the Sandow Trophy. It's good to see Phil Heath up there smiling, huh?
Yeah.
It is.
He had that game face on all weekend, and now he can let the weight of the world off his
Gentlemen, your
shoulders.
favorite pose, please.
That was
What do
some
you think?
great
Favorite
hugs.
pose, gentlemen.
Still gonna come back or
Phil's got some soul searching to do. I mean, it's not like he's out of the conversation.
Let's get some pictures, guys.
Now that
Your
he's got
favorite
a
pose.
solid run at this, he's a top 3 bodybuilder. The question is whether or not he has the stamina to want to,
Yeah.
at
These guys are worse
the
than the
age of
bikini
41
chicks.
years old, to continue. He's done everything. COVID has had a lot to do with
All right,
people
guys, we gotta get some
reevaluating
pictures.
what they
James
think is
chomping at the bit
important
out
in
there.
their
Come
life.
on.
This was a milestone
Your
for Phil to
favorite
do what he
pose.
did.
Come on, William, start them off.
Big Ramy just kissed Phil's head.
Look
Well,
at
there's
those
the
legs. There it
story.
is.
Bronze, silver, and the gold going to Big Ramy El-Baye.
Look at
from
that lat
Egypt.
spread.
All right, thank
Under
you,
the
gentlemen.
circumstances, Tim, these guys looked as good as you could look, training and COVID and pandemic and lockdown and all that. They delivered.
There it
Yes,
is.
they
The
did.
Sandow's in the air.